before. You can see I'm in a different location. I traveled from London to Paris, and I'm back in my own home again, which is also, by the grace of God and the angels, a wonderful experience. So hooray, hooray. I'm so excited to see everybody again. And before we go any further, if you're new to my channel, please push the subscribe button, because I plan to be back here with other fun things to learn and connect with over in the next upcoming season. So please be involved and connected. And today we're going to talk about welcome to the wonderful world of spirit guides. Now, we've been working with the Angels Week, but I just want to start as I have started every time. We're going to just work a moment or two to activate your own spirit. So once again, let's take a look around the room. And let's just notice where you are, because it brings you back to your body, it brings you back to your heart, it brings you back to the moment. We do not connect with our spirit guides if we're not in our bodies. We don't connect to our angels and guides if we're in our heads. It's not there. So I want you to take a breath in through the nose and then exhale. When you do, breathe in slowly. Let's do that again. Breathe in slowly. And as you exhale, pull your belly towards your spine and consider yourself emptying yourself of all the energy and disturbances on your brain, on your heart, on your energy, like this. When you're completely exhaled, you really want to breathe in again. So breathe up from your feet into your heart and let out a big sigh. Ah. It's like you go down the slide into the heart space. Ah. And then smile. And you just feel the curtains of your heart open. And that is where you connect to your guides and your angels. You connect in your heart, your high heart, your heart chakra, and your belly. So now that we're here, this place, listen again. It's quiet in your brain when you do that. Ah, and then smile. It's quiet. Then rub your hands together and shake them out. This warms up the energy. Rub it together, shake them out. This also is a really good way to get rid of energy you don't want. You just shake it out. Rub it together, breathing slowly. And then pull your hands apart. And you're going to feel the energy going from palm to palm. That's your spirit. And that's the part of you that connects with your guides. Now, some people say, well, that's just the warmth off my body. But if your spirit isn't in your body, it's cold and rigid and there's no energy. So yes, that's the spirit in you animating your body. So that's the energy you want to feel. Feel that beautiful energy. Ah, remember I said feel it around your own cheeks. Feel it around your plants. Feel it around your pets, even your goldfish. You can even feel it around crystals, because the spirit realm is consciousness. So we've been talking about your angels. So once again, where's your guardian angel? Just take a moment and place your guardian angel and just share with me where your guardian is. Your guardian behind to the right, to the left? Is it above? Is your guardian angel in front of you? Is it overseeing you? So where, just because we have to start treating ourselves to recognize our guides are with us. And when we check for the frequency, we feel it. We feel it. So where is your guardian angel? Right now to my right. Hello, guardian angel. And greet your guardian angel, because you want to create a connection. Hello, greet your angels, really to the left, to my right, but feel it. And it's when you begin to acknowledge it, that's when you begin to kind of solidify the connection. You start to wake up, because your awareness is what we're changing. We're stretching your awareness. We are stretching so you can connect with your guides more easily by recognizing the vibration. And when you name it, you claim it. Once you start saying, here's my angel, you can't ignore it anymore. Once you feel like, oh, there you are, there you are, there you are. And remember, our angels, our guardian angels with us all the time. Now, we talked about the archangels, which remember I said in my book, by the way, you'll want to get the book. Here it is. Let me show you the picture again, which I just love. Just love this cover. I just love this book. I want you to remember we have our archangels who create the space around us. To our right is Raphael. Our protector Michael is in the back. To our left, we have Gabriel. In front is Uriel. We have the Archies on the horizontal plane. And then we come to the vertical. We have Raguel. We have Shamuel. We have Metatron, Sandalphon. They're connecting us this way. But it creates a cube of space. So you're going to move through life in this wonderful sacred space. And just all that fear is gone. Just gone. My mother used to say, when the divine is with you, who's against you? Nothing's greater. And that's a good idea. It's like, I don't have to fear. Now, today we're going to talk about guides. And I want to start with saying your guides come and go. And they are like the volunteer corps. Now, the difference between angels and guides, there's a couple differences that are very significant. The first was this. Angels do not have human experiences. They have always been in the spiritual realm. However, they are the only guides that can take on, if necessary, a physical form and show up to save the day. And I just love watching some of these comments too, that you're already, because you know the thing when you work with guides, you immediately have an incredibly different experience. So when you work with God, now angels, I was back to angels, they can take on a physical form. Also, angels have never been human. They've always been, they're sent by God. They can help you, but you just both angels and guides, you have to ask. You have to ask. You have to call them in. And as I shared with you yesterday, a friend of mine was struggling with a health issue and had gone to doctors and dentists and energy workers, and to no avail. Nobody could figure out what was wrong. And I said, ask your guides. She said, oh my God, I've known you for 25 years. I forgot to ask my guides. You're right. And so I want to point out, you have to ask. You have to remember. So guides are different from angels in that they have, not all, and I'll make a distinction on this over the today and tomorrow, have had lives as humans that have now, they've gone through the human journey. Many of them have mastered the human journey, but they've learned things. And now they're in the spirit realm and want to help you by transmitting back to you whatever help they can to make your experience a little easier. Every religion in the world has some recognition of this. You know, we say, talk to our ancestors and, you know, pray for the dearly departed and invoke their help and be connected, you know, like in the Mexican culture, there's the Day of the Dead, and we have the ancestor temples in Asia, and we have the Native Americans are always talking to the ancestors. And so it's embedded in our cultural, in our memory as humans, that we have these connections. We have these connections and they are available. We need to remember and stay present and available to these connections. They are with us. They're incredible. Now, guides change. You know, someone asked, do we have the same guides? Think of it like volunteer helpers as you go through grades in life, okay? Or you go through different trainings and learnings, as you go through learning in different subjects. So say you're focused on learning to cook. Then all of a sudden you can invoke the cooking guides. And you can even think of like Julia Child, come on in, I need your help. Boy, and I'll say she's helped me. I am no cook and I pulled off some good miracle dinners. We can invoke guides and they come. First, our family and our ancestors are part of that available team, and we often feel that. I feel the presence of my dad and my brother and my ancestors, especially strong on my father's side, the French Canadian ancestors who were singers and dancers and entertainers and poets, and they show up every time I teach something because they're very, very funny and they're right with me. And so you may have a feeling. Write in the comments if your ancestors, do you feel any ancestors with you? Do you sense, and go with what you feel and don't get stuck in your head trying to get it right. Just like I feel my late husband, I feel his presence. And I'm just saying, when you name it, trust it. Sometimes the reason, and one of the reasons I love on my book, The Little Bird, is because often our departed will show up as birds. That's one of the best ways that they show up and get our attention. So you can feel them, you feel them. And I am saying, acknowledge it, trust it, don't doubt, go with it. That is the first realm of guides, and they love you. So you say, I can't find where to buy the book. Amazon or Hay House is two places for sure. You can find it. And so when you get that's one of the ways you can know the guides are with you, by the way, and the ancestor guides, by birds, often by birds. So that is, and you watch what birds show up tomorrow. Now that I've pointed this out, you're going to be so surprised, so delighted they show up. Now, your guides change and evolve as you grow, but we generally speaking have available to us 33 guides. Now, it's not like they're all working with this, but they're just available. Like, and I just love how you're saying, I know my dad was the eagle, and I know my blue jay my blue jay departed husband came. And so this is a good, quick affirmation. You're saying, is the audio on Audible? Yes, I actually recorded this book myself, and it is a wonderful way to listen to the new version, because when I'm speaking, I'm transmitting the vibration. So you don't just get the information, you get the frequency that the different guides come in. Then we entrain with the frequency. So as you evolve, your guides change. Think about who you were a year ago. I mean, has this just not been the most epic year? But who we were 1 year ago is not who we are now. We have changed and we have grown. And as we do, we are really, really attracting new helpers. I love that you're listening to my audiobook. I love that you're hearing the frequency. And I really feel like right now we have crossed into this new ascension time. As of the winter solstice, we have crossed into this higher frequency. And so we have so much more accessibility to guides because the entire planet is being elevated. So isn't that exciting? I mean, really and truly elevated. So that connection is getting closer. Connection, and so the more you talk and you basically connect with the guides, and the more aware you are, they're like a relationship. There's a story I share in the book that I want to share with you now that really kind of helps you understand guides. I've always had an attraction to and a bit of a resistance to the ocean. I've taught in Kauai for many years, and I did workshops, but I would always be the one to say, look, I'll watch the stuff on the beach and you guys go play in the water. And then one day, I'm telling you, it was definitely a water spirit guide came and said, enough of this nonsense, you're going in. So I was a little bit nervous, and I thought, okay, I've got to, that's just something about spirit guides. They give you a nudge, they give you a push, they give you an idea, but you still have to agree. So I agreed to go snorkeling, and I thought, I'm going to get a guide. I'm afraid, so I'm going to have a guide. I mean, we need guides to the unknown, and that's like the spirit guides. And that guide inched me out. I was being such a little baby and such a whiner, and I'm cold and I'm afraid. And finally he said, let's go. And just, I have other clients and I gotta go. So he just pulled me under the water, and all my resistance went out the door, and a universe of beautiful fish and plants under the sea just exploded before my eyes. And I thought, oh my God, this was right here. And my resistance and my holding back and my fears didn't allow me to have that connection that was right there. And that's just like the spirit guides. They're right here. But our minds get in the way, just like my mind got in the way, and we have to go beyond. And we do it because it's fun. It's fun. So we have to open that door to the imagination. Now, as you grow, not only do you attract new guides, and they help you. We have so many, okay? I'm just going to start naming how many guides we have, how many sort of divisions, how many branches in our volunteer corps. So we have joy guides, and joy guides come with bringing us all the love and all the joy. And they make us laugh. They show up at funerals. They show up at crises. They show up in arguments where we just start giggling. And all of a sudden they show up sometimes when we're so afraid, and then all of a sudden we just burst out laughing. Joy guides bring you back to center and knock the fear out of you. We have helpers. They show up when we're working on projects. If you're learning to cook, a cook helper guide will show up. If you're learning to do carpentry, a carpentry guide will show up. If you're trying to find your way across the country, maybe a navigator guide will show up for you. So we have helpers based on the projects that we're doing. If you're working on a work project and you need organization, ask an organizer to come in. If you need public speaking help, ask a public speaker. We have healer guides, and these are the guides that come and bring us back to wholeness, body, mind, and spirit. They are the ones, and healer guides will often engage the help of humans to get your attention by having you overhear a radio show that says featuring a certain type of healing or a certain type of food or something, or you'll just happen upon an article, or a book will fall off a shelf, or someone will mention it to you. Those are the healer guides. They might tell you about a practitioner, a source of healing. So and then we have a shopping guide. I love that. Your shopping guide falls into the helper realm, helping you get what you need quickly at the best price. My mother had sewing angels, and they helped her always find the best fabrics. I mean, it's so many. Then we have teacher guides. I believe your teacher guides, who are always helping you learn and grow your consciousness, I believe your teacher guides brought you here. So just think about teacher guides. How did you get here? How did you show up? And yes, we have what are called runners. Runners are earth spirits that are very connected, and they help us find things. So our runners are one of the first kinds of guides you want to connect with, because you get immediate results. Help me find a parking space. Help me find my keys. Help me find the perfect dress to go to this event. Help me find where I left that book or that paper. Help me find the apartment. Help me find the bargain. Help me find the person I want to have a relationship with. Real estate angels. Yes, of course. Help me find the house. So your runner guides, fun, meat in the freezer. Yes, helper guides and runners. And then we have nature spirits. We have nature spirits. We have the sylphs, which are the water spirits. We have the salamanders, which are the fire spirits. They initiate things. The water spirits heal our emotions. The earth spirits calm us and ground us. We have the air spirits who get us new ideas. So many. Then more light beings. Light beings come and they help us in groups to really start recognizing we are spiritual beings. And I just really want you to know these light beings are really getting through to us. I had a client the other day that I was speaking to who was telling me she really wanted to connect with her guides. But she said, I'm aware of them. I believe they're here. I totally embrace the idea, but I'm not experiencing my guides. So she went for her easy morning run before she went to work, and she had her phone with her. She was sitting and she put her phone in her lap, and all of a sudden, she got a text from nobody. It said, "Wild thing, you make my heart sing." And she said, oh my God, nobody, there was no phone number connected to this. It just popped up on my phone. She even sent me a photo of it, which absolutely told her these were her guides. I think these were light beings, just beaming in. We're here and we're fun and you're gonna love us. So, and we have, again, we have ancestors, we have so many. And these guides love. Now, I need one to sell my land. Absolutely call in. I would call in first a fire spirit to clear the energy. Because the house burned down, but let's just clear the energy with the fire spirit. Then, and maybe Michael, Archangel Michael to cut the cords, and then some runners to get your buyers. Feathers are absolutely a calling card of your angels, and your guides show up with signs. This is something to look for around a lot. Your guides give you signs. And literal signs sometimes. They might just be sending something along a bus or on an... I was going one time to I was running very late to a workshop and speeding along the corner, and the license plate of the car that just pulled in front of me said, like, slow down on its license plate. Caught my attention and I slowed down, and just as I went around the corner, there was the speed trap. Thank you, guides. The thing about working with guides is it makes your life so much fun. You are surrounded by so much help, and it's like a game. Now, I talk about this in my book a lot. There's so many ways and tools in Ask Your Guides. If you have not got your copy yet, you really need to get your copy. In this book, I have the transmissions to connect to these guides, and it helps you get into the experience and begin to build the relationships, the habits, the consciousness of working with the spirit realm. If you don't work with your spirit guides, you are so last era. You are not in current era. We are ascending, and you want to have this is sort of your ascending manual, so you have all the help that's available. And you begin, part of the reason to work with the guides is that you start feeling happier. You feel reassured, you feel protected, you feel assured that things will work out because you have so many daily experiences to confirm this. So many. So there's so many, many ways that you want to just really be present. Now, I want to talk to you about another thing. I mentioned this yesterday, but I've decided I was only going to do this one day yesterday, but the response was very, very excited and positive, and I feel it's really important. If you want to go further and you take the book and you work with the book, but you also want to work with me, I want to give you the opportunity just today. Now, I really mean it, today only, second day, but I really feel guided to tell you that I'm going to offer my Ask Your Guides online course, which is the companion to the book, for 50% off. So all the details are below. And I really encourage you. But with that, what I will also do is I'm a really clear channel, and I will give you the name of one of your guides. I don't know which one because we don't know which one will present. It might be a helper guide, it might be a healer guide, it might be a teacher guide, but it's a guide that wants your attention to say, I'm here to help you. And the course is yours for life. I mean, I rewatched it because I channel my courses. I don't think of them. I channel them. So when I go back and watch, I think, oh my God, what a good idea. What a great connection. So I'm just saying for you, all of that is available. But we got to learn this. We have to learn how to be connected with our guides, because we also, with that, we get connected to our own higher self, which is the best guide. We get connected to the loving forces of the universe, and we are not afraid anymore. I love that you have a cup full of angels, Jennifer. You have your angels busting out of your cupboards, your drawers, under the bed. So I really encourage you, and I'm glad that you're saying, Vivian, that the course is great, because it is great. It's just basic foundation that takes information, and sometimes I do know we need the book. The transmissions are in the book, the meditations are in the book, but what we need also is for me to bring it alive, because you might not be hearing it correctly or reading, or you might just skim over and say, I don't remember that part. That's why the guidance is good to work together. The two together, and then I give you the name of your guide. See, what will happen then is you begin to get what I'm trying to set up for you, a relationship with an entire universe. Just like when I went in the water and it exploded with this whole universe of beauty that I was unaware of, it changed me. And this is what I want the Ask Your Guides connection to do. You can listen, you can get the book because you can write in it, which is great. You can get the audio because you hear me actually transmitting. And I want you to know that this experience of working with me gives you the training and the habit and the connection. So it's like you can get the book and you learn the keys and the piano, but then you have the piano teacher helping you, so you get the experience going. At any rate, the important thing is that your guides, they are your volunteer corps, and we do not want to live in the past age. We have ascended, and this is the guidebook to show you how to have the best experience, and also how to not miss the connection. So I don't know if Ryan's here just yet, but he'll be here shortly, and he will answer your questions. If they don't get answered on this broadcast, then maybe what you can do is just email him directly, ryan@soniashowcat.com. If you have Ask Your Guides 2.0, this is the course I'm offering. This is not that course, it's a complimentary course. And just generally speaking, this is a very small commitment on your part to open yourself up to a radical change in your life that will happen immediately. So, no, it's not the same course, Jennifer. So here's the thing. Let's go back to what we learned. I want you to come back to your breath. Go down the slide. Smile. Rub your hands together. Shake them out. Feel the frequency. Raise your sensitivity and become aware of this frequency. Feel the connection of your guardian angel, and you be aware of how many angels are afoot. Feel the presence of your family, your ancestors, and imagine the presence of 1,000 souls who've loved you. And this in higher planes with you everywhere you go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Breathe and know that, think about and notice the signs. That's the big lesson for today. Notice the signs. Notice the feather. Notice the sign on the bus. Notice that I just happened to hear that particular message on the radio, or overhear that conversation in the grocery store, or have that book fall in my lap, or was told 3 times today to be aware of something. These are your guides on the job. So there's only the one course on my site. Then there's another one I'll tell you about tomorrow, but I want you to know, Ask Your Guides on my site today. I just extended it because it was such a positive reception, and it's for life. You'll love it. You'll just love it. And I'll give you your name of your guide to start the experience to be even more personal. So what I want you to do is just for today. Ryan will help you. He'll show you how to do it all. He's there, and the opening of the heart is really powerful. That's where we connect. So I'm gonna hop off. Tomorrow is day 5, and we're gonna have even more tips and tools. In the meantime, just breathe in. Let yourself release. Tune in, and I really, really know that what you're learning is going to stay with you for life. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. Just to live with the knowing, and not just knowing, but actually having the daily experience that you're helped as you go through the day. It's a game changer. Okay, everybody, love you lots. Be sure you subscribe to my channel. Get the Ask Your Guides course, and we will start you on a whole brand new adventure, just like the one I had when I went underwater. It was beautiful. Okay, love you so much. See you tomorrow, same time. Bye. I'm trying to say goodbye. There we go.